The intent of this video is to walk new Cascade Bucket operators through the basic checks they should perform when first connecting a bucket to their aircraft. And then this is followed by some general pre-flight checks to perform every day before committing to operations. For this, we have a bucket base without the skin on it, so it's easier to see what's going on inside of the bucket. Here you can see the valve is up. This is your 400 hertz AC pump. And right here you have your DC power unit that controls the valve open and close. The first things that we want to check are the connections that would go to this. So when you receive your bucket, you have electrical harnesses connected from the lift block all the way down to your DC connection here and to your AC pump connection here. We've disconnected these to start out the video, and we will be using ground power supplies to demonstrate how we would go through checking the harnesses initially to make sure that your connections are correct. First, we will check the basics on the 400 hertz AC harness. Because we're using a VFD, the thing we're going to recommend that you connect to, or check, I should say, is that the ground on your 400 hertz AC connection is grounded to your aircraft. So we're checking everything with just a basic voltmeter. We verified that our ground is connected correctly. In this case, Guy would check this to the aircraft to make sure you're getting a good ground. The next thing we want to check is our DC harness. Our DC HPU is sensitive to polarity, so you want to make sure that your C is your positive connection and your D is your negative connection for your continuous DC power. There you'll see 28 VDC. Now we'll check and make sure that we're getting our signal from our A connection and leave our grounded connection in the D connection. We'll demonstrate this by pressing a button to simulate the pilot doing the same thing. And there you have it. Now we're going to go ahead and reconnect our DC harness and our AC harness. Before you do this, we highly recommend that you stick a dab of dielectric grease here and here before reconnecting these every time you disconnect them from the bucket to ensure the waterproofness of the connections. We recommend that you use circular connector pliers to ensure that these are adequately tightened. Again, water ingress is something you want to mitigate at all costs. We understand how valuable it is that you maintain your aircraft uptime. Now that we have our DC and our AC connections made, we'll verify first that our 400 hertz AC pump works. To do this, we're going to turn on the power. If you were in a noisy environment, say your blades are turning, you'd be looking to see these little flap check valves rise a little bit, and or you can also stick your hand out here and feel if there's air blowing out of this. Go ahead and turn it on. Okay. Next thing we want to do is check to make sure that our DC power unit is working. So as soon as we turn this on, if it was a noisy environment, put your hand on here and you can feel it vibrating as the motor turns on to charge the accumulator. Go ahead and turn it on. And in this case, you can hear it because we're in a nice quiet environment. This will charge for approximately 30 seconds the first time. After that, it depends on how much you've used the door. System is turned off. Now we'll go ahead and bump the doors once. They'll reset. Now we can actuate the doors as if we were out there dumping water once. Go ahead and hit the doors. Let go. Again. Let go. Now we verified that the doors work. Know everything's connected. We can hear that the accumulator is being charged. Go ahead and put my hand on this so that I know when it's done, assuming that it's a noisy environment and I couldn't hear it. Now we'll go ahead and simulate a power loss. When the power turns off to your bucket, the doors automatically open so that if you did experience a cut electrical cord or a disconnection, these should open, assuming the system is already charged, to ensure that you don't get stuck with water in your bucket. Go ahead and turn it back on again. The system will charge. We'll pump it once, the doors will reset. Now you're ready to go fly.